State Warriors. Small forward, Moses Moody. At shooting guard, Brendan Bajimski. At center, Draymond Green. At the other forward position, Jimmy Butler. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. The head coach to the visiting team is Steve Kerr.
And now, let's meet the starting five for your Houston Rockets! Starting at point guard, at 6'0", number 5, Craig Van Vliet. Starting at small forward, at 6'6", number 9, Dylan Brooks. The other guard, at 6'4", number 4, Chandler. The other forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 1, Corbin Johnson.
The Western Conference playoffs roll on. We're already down to the wire in the first round, an exciting Game 7. 2K Sports proud to bring you this one. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. Taking a look at Houston. Well, we know, Greg, they haven't played their best basketball. Now they find themselves in a do-or-die Game 7. They thought they would have wrapped up this series much earlier, but that's not the case.
Kev, they just lack consistency throughout the course of this series. I don't know if they came in overconfident, but this is the time to check those individual egos at the door. Come together as a group and play for one another.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up. So we'll see Stephen Curry go to the line right here. And Van Vliet picks one up. The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Stephen Curry.
RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
Pass to Van Vliet. This one for 3. Bajimski grabs the board. Curry with it. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Van Vliet against Curry. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They'd like to continue the success they had on Friday night here.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, your second unit, those reserves, they can swing a game. There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. He talked about a lot of things, including how to try and slow down Steph Curry. He said it's the usual stuff. You can't go under screens. You have to contest without fouling. You have to recognize he will put the ball on the floor and drive if you overplay him. That's a lot to account for, guys.
Thanks, David. Now here's Curry. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And you're asking for trouble when you give Curry this positioning. He's so efficient down there.
And Thompson kicks to Brooks. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Curry. And he banks in the layup. Curry's got 7 points.
How do you stop Curry? Well, in a short answer, you can't.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. An easy 2 points on the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside, Green, and it's Brooks in the corner. Thompson outside, fires for 3, and another 3 for Houston.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
Mr. Curry fires from way outside. That shot is off, coming up empty for the second time this game, 4 for 6. Thompson passes to Brooks. Houston moving the ball around. Green, no luck. Warriors leading by 3. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game. Curry, a screen on Green. Here's Podziemski, and the shot goes down.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. Warriors have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Pass to Curry. Now Podziemski. Off target from outside. Now here's Thompson, defended by Butler. Here's Van Vliet, and Moody pulls it down.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And that one drops for him.
An assertive penetrator. Love watching Butler use that athleticism to drive and finish inside.
Van Vliet against Curry. 13 feet away. Count that one from Van Vliet.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
Curry against Van Vliet. Curry, that's good. Curry's got 11 points.
Defensively, you have to be aware of Curry in that set.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Van Vliet outside. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Warriors with the rebound. Pass to Moody. Stolen by Brooks. And so it's the Golden State Warriors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we're back courtside at Game 7 as this series comes to a head. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
You're right. What a performance. Hey, Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Here's Curry. And no good. Great defense that time from Şengün. To the paint. And it's Smith missing. Warriors leading by 6. Breaks since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
Here's Whitmore, following the score by Golden State. Pass to Holiday. Smith up top. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Knocked away. It's stolen by Kuminga. Inside. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So for the Rockets, Amen Thompson comes in for Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Draymond Green is checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for Buddy Hield. Now here's VanVleet. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Back to Şengün. Fades. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Warriors leading by 12. Now Curry. 11 points in the game. Podziemski. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. Eason passes to Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Brooks checked in for the Rockets. Jalen Green comes in for Whitmore. Butler, he's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Gary Payton. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpe's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. And VanVleet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that VanVleet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
Here's VanVleet following the basket by Stephen Curry. VanVleet looking around. The shot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. VanVleet's got his second basket of the night. VanVleet against Curry. Green with the screen on VanVleet. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
This is what Curry does best. He is so creative at getting into rhythm and staying hot.
And on the court is your squad. We're giving t-shirts to the loudest section. So make some noise.
Checked in for Houston.
Number 10, Jabari Smith.
1:09 left here in the second. Van Vliet against Curry. Thompson passes to Green. Thompson sets the pick for Green. Van Vliet outside. Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer, Brooks. Warriors leading by 12. Pass to Curry. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Moody finds Curry. Now Pajemski, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Green. The Rockets pull it in. Thompson outside, and stolen by Butler. Green passes to Curry. Good, great play by Green to set it up. Curry's got 10 points in the quarter.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Here's Smith, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us for postseason basketball. Clearly, guys, the second half going to be a tough task for the Houston Rockets.
Poor execution for them offensively. Settling for bad shots far too often. Recipe for disaster.
Man, Kenny, your optimism is infectious. Looking at the scenario for the Houston Rockets. It all comes down to a decisive Game 7. Guys, what's it going to take for them to close out this series?
You can't leave anything in the tank. Approach it like you're playing for your life, because in some ways you are.
And you can't get sloppy and waste a bunch of possessions. You got to keep that focus.
No question. Let's get it. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And it's the Rockets with the ball, trailing by 13. Pass to Van Vliet. They kick it out to Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. The 19-footer is on the money. Green's got the first basket of the third quarter for Houston.
This is a smart play by Green, getting some help with the screen instead of trying to do it all by yourself.
Well, over the years, the Warriors have had some historic tax bills.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's been well worth it because it's led to championships and they generate a ton of income. But now, with this tax repeater penalties, you can see why they've tried to cut costs, and every team in the league has followed.
Now here's Brooks after the miss from Stephen Curry. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Warriors making a change here. Jackson Davis is checked in. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Curry against Van Vliet. Poked loose. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Van Vliet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jimmy Butler. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
So, RJ, the Rockets last year, they were exactly at 500. 41 up and 41 down.
Still, they missed the play-in by 5 games. In the East, they easily are in. That just tells you how difficult a rebuild in the Western Conference is. And Houston is up against it.
Rockets trail by 10. Down low. And Thompson throws it down.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Outside Curry. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. That one, no good. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Curry against Van Vliet. Şengün with this screen on Curry. Rocket 6 for 3. Van Vliet, the offensive rebound. Şengün, no good. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They're scoreless since the first half. Here's Jackson Davis. Şengün covering to end the cold streak. Tough finish by Stephen Curry.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And here's Green outside. The Warriors pull it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Curry against Şengün. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
How about the quickness on the drive from Curry? The moment he finds his opening, that guy is off to the races.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Houston. Tari Eason comes in for Dylan Brooks. That free throw good from Thompson. Should we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
where there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Whitmore, he's checked in for Amen Thompson.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Butler. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Draymond Green's doing. David.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Warriors gave us some information. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious. A very unlucky break considering the playoffs are just getting started. Heaven, hopefully he doesn't miss any time.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Butler against Smith. Payton right side. And stolen by Eason. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Shoots over Kuminga. The Warriors pull it in. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. To the inside. Goes up. And Whitmore throws it down.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Things are firing on all cylinders for them right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Now here's Butler. Oh, tough play by Butler.
Strong move by Butler, making sure that was a quality possession.
Van Vliet up top. He's defended by Pajemski. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Van Vliet. Here's Butler. The layup missed. With 1 on the clock, he doesn't hit that one. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Warriors lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
NBA playoffs, round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. Holiday against Curry. Curry on the wing. Count that one. And now it's 27 points for Stephen Curry.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Şengün with the screen for Whitmore. And the basket is good. Now here's Curry. And it's Kuminga, top of the key. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
First team foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to Şengün. Here's Whitmore. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. 7 points for Cam Whitmore.
And he might be a rookie, but Whitmore can play some bully ball. He will get it inside and be as physical as anybody.
Houston making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Pajemski's checked in. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. Now, he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's Kuminga. And, Richard, you just get the feeling that Jonathan Kuminga is finally starting to hit his stride, don't you?
It is all about opportunity in this league, Kevin. With more playing time and scoring chances, Kuminga has really blossomed, and he is not done getting better.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. And so he's able to get one of two. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession. And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now, beasting.
And here is Curry. Pass to Payton. Now Pajemski. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 4.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Şengün against Green. Fires it up. Şengün, no good. Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Good on the shot. Curry's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Houston making some changes. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And Jalen Green subbed in for Whitmore. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Şengün. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Warriors leading by 6. How about this run break they're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Rockets. Lets it go from 14. And he hits the jump shot. Van Vliet's got 9 points here in the second half. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
The loudest section gets a t-shirt. Come on, everybody. Let's get loud.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Butler, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Moses Moody in for Gary Payton. The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Curry with him. Now defended by Şengün. Curry against Van Vliet. That was Curry. Wow, what heart.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Rockets trail by 8. Curry with the steal. And it's the Warriors on the break. And Thompson sends it back. The numbers in their favor. Stops. Pops. Draymond Green pulls it in. The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Rocket shooting here about 46% for the game. It's Thompson off the drive.
Thompson is one of the best pure athletes to come into the league in quite some time. He's fast, and boy, can he fly.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
I couldn't hit them all, and they need every point they can get.
Here's Butler. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Curry with the steal. Here's Podziemski. And Thompson sends it back. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Golden State ball.
Green deciding where to go with it. Curry outside. The Rockets pull it in. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Green. And Moody pulls it down. On offense, here are the Warriors. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Van Vliet against Curry. Right side, Green. Shot clock at 5. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Warriors lead by 11.
Good luck against Green inside. Even when you throw contact at him, he just fights twice as hard.
And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals.
The end of the game.
Thrilling fashion, guys, taking round one in what certainly will go down. Guys, it's one of the most competitive series this year.
And you always love a game set, and no disappointment here. And these guys are ready and excited for round two. Maybe a bit tired, but the adrenaline is still pumping.
And that about wraps it up, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of the NBA Western Conference quarterfinals. And so for Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for tuning in to watch the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Stephen Curry.